you guys work on putting a budget to your final project. I didn't get a lot of emails asking for feedback, so either you guys are budget experts or that would throw you off a little bit. Which is it? Budget expert? Huh?
Oh, we're not there yet.
Just not there yet. Don't get stuck. Don't agonize alone. That's what Jacqueline and I are here for. Start somewhere and then we'll just give you some feedback on, what would be a good budget for your project. But it's kind of an important check-in. Because we're down to, 5 classes left, in most cases, people will sort of like, hey, before I present my final project, can I book some office hours to go over it? So that's gonna kind of book up fast from here on out. So, get with us now, email us, schedule some time to review the projects. With that being said, there was something I wanted to say on Wednesday. I don't think I didn't get a chance to say it. So the next lesson, because we're talking about things that you probably all have some experience with, social, email, display, probably not so much. I know there's a little bit of AdWords experience. We have an awesome guest speaker this week for that. It would be really helpful if there's a burning question that you just want to be sure that's covered. Look at the next 5 classes, what the objectives were, what's in the syllabus, and if there's something like specifically that you're like, I want to make sure this is covered, it would be really great to hear that. You can just put it in updates. So Jacqueline and I can make sure that we work that into the lessons too. So you might have saw that on the homework assignment and like, what did that mean? That's what I meant. Wanted to hear your question. Any other thoughts, questions, comments, shares before we start on email? No? What's your energy like? What's the energy level in this room? It's kind of Robert's quiet. Yeah, Robert's quiet. Something's up. It's like, really? Robert be quiet. It's email. This is a fun lesson. This is an important lesson. There's a lot of stuff that we I think overlook when we think about email marketing. I like this lesson. I think there's some good stuff in here, so we should have some fun. And there will be a breakout session for you guys to get with your groups that you were in and for midterm and do an exercise together. So, all right. So for tonight, the objectives are understand the importance of managing and planning an email marketing program. So we want to notice we're not talking about just sending emails. We're talking about a real concise, program of email marketing. Be able to articulate types of emails and what programs to consider when building your email marketing plan. Understand how to grow and segment your list, and apply best practices for completing compelling email programs. Use marketplace tools to build and measure your programs. So, why email? Why do you think we even use email? What are some of the reasons a digital marketer would want to use email?
I use it a lot for invitations for events.
For invitations for events, yeah, it's good for that. What else? Inexpensive. It's rather inexpensive. Yes, it is.
I think you said in your report that should be effective.
It's very effective. Yeah, I mean, it's very effective because you get people where they are, and you know that they're getting it, whether they open it or not. It's up to you with that headline. We're going to talk about it, but it's not like passive communication where it goes into a stream of social. They may or may not see it. It's like it went to their email box as long as they gave you a good email.
Surveys?
It's good for surveys. Yeah.
I send my newsletter out email. Is that different? Exactly.
That's email. Yeah, so we're kind of talking about the components of what we can do with email. Why else would we just use it? Why as a digital marketer do we want to use email marketing?
We have a lot more room for messaging.
Yep. You have a lot what?
More room for messaging.
More room for messaging?
Versus in the segmentation, you can segment.
Good. Very important reason why we use email, because we can segment. I know Jacqueline tweeted me on this. What did I say? The best type of marketing starts with P. Personal. So we get personal when we can segment. We can time it to something that just happened in the life. Their name can be in the headline. You need this. Super important to segment.
So when it's not your name, they're off.
You're right.
That is happening.
That you got that.
I mean, Dice is so screwed up. Hey, David, check it out. I'm like,
Oh yeah, yeah. If you get that wrong, if you get that wrong, it's wrong. Or if they've segmented wrong, hey, you might be interested in these girls. I'm a woman and I'm not. What else? Retargeting. You can use it for retargeting. Let's see if we hit the master list here. So it's low cost. It's an owned asset. So you know, as you build a list, you own that list. It's not like something building fans and followers on a social network that, let's face it, any one of them could lose popularity or shut down overnight. You know, I don't really know. So it's something that we own. It's recyclable. We forget about this. Like once you create sort of like your brand templates, then you can just pop in new content. You know, you can have your newsletter template, or you can have your thank you template, or whatever. But it's very recyclable in terms of creative. So you might invest like early on in doing some things and setting it up on brand, but you know, not spending a lot of money later for that kind of thing. And not just creative, but strategy too. Hey, that worked. Let's do it next year. You know, it's very recyclable. It's easy to measure. Because any tool that we're going to use to do it has built-in analytics. We can't just send. We're blocked for you know, spam reasons. We can't send from our normal email platform. We can't send 100 things from Gmail or whatever. So we have to use a tool, and they all have built-in analytics. Easy to segment by customer action for more personal emails. Easy to automate. Somebody said that too. So in terms of like retargeting and different things. Qualified prospecting, high probability of conversion. If they gave us their email to begin with, they're probably interested in us or interested in what we have to say. So, you know, they're a little further along the journey than somebody that just like hit your site for the first time. We're building relationships. If it's done well, we continue to use it as a segmenting tool if we connect it to chat or anything else. Responsive connection to service, yeah, so right alongside of that, like it's kind of how annoying is it? I just ordered some stuff from Bliss, it's like spa products, and I got the email. Maybe I'll pull it up later because it's a good example of like, what, really? You guys, what? You should know better. So I get the email that my product has shipped, and there's a link with my track that looks like a tracking number, and like I can put my cursor on and click, it doesn't go anywhere. And then there's another one that I can click on that says go to my account, and then it said access denied. And on top of that, I couldn't respond to that email. So they sent it from like, you know, they are not like monitoring like anybody interacting with that. It's pretty bad. Fail, 3 things. Like, I wonder, all right, if I didn't want these products so bad, I might think differently about this brand. Responsive, effective activation tool, and it's also a very effective retention tool to remind people that you're there to get them to buy more products and services from you. So that's why. So if that's all the reasons why does it get renewed? Like I said, why do people are like, oh, email's old, oh, it's going to be, with Salesforce is really instrumental in like, oh, email's going to be a thing of past, it's chat, right? Isn't it chat first? And all these other sub-platforms to collaborate. Well, the first reason that companies get it wrong or abandon email is they don't do it long enough, you know, consistent enough, and put the time in like the program aspects of it. Like, where do we need emails at different touch points in the customer journey? What things can we automate? So they don't measure long enough. Maybe expect too much too soon, like your wonderful boss. Like, we just sent out an email blast. Why isn't everybody signing up? Why don't we have hundreds of thousands of signups right away? Not focused, impersonal, bad subject lines. The subject line is the gate. If you don't make it past the gate, if it's not interesting enough for them to open, you know. Unethical list development. Sometimes right email doesn't work. Somebody's added you to a list, or they bought a list, and you never asked to be on it. So obviously that's not going to work too well if you're going to ask to get off of it right away. Bad formatting just looks like holy hell on every device that you open it up on. You know, you can't see it, or it's like it's the issue of like you open it up on your cell phone and there's all these buttons to click and you can't get your finger on a button. It's like, oh, that's terrible. And don't automate. That's like the #1. Like, geez, there's so much money, especially just even in the shopping cart abandonment. We're going to talk about that. Just low-hanging fruit money that is automated there to get some of that back. So there's kind of categories when it comes to types of emails. There's sort of three main buckets of types of emails. So there's the promotional relational, and those are going to be, it's kind of like, it's the newsletter category, let's face it. Do not call it newsletter. I'm going to talk more about that. Never send something that says, here's our monthly newsletter. Nobody cares. I mean, it's just automatic delete. So message sent on a regular basis to a company's email database, sharing new happenings, brand philosophy, special events, featured products and services. So that's promotional relation. Then there's the remarketing, lead nurturing, kind of triggered by some sort of behavior email. So that's the re-engage customers when they show intent but might not convert. You're doing some retargeting through your website. They hit a couple pages. They didn't buy, so you can reach out. Wow, you can automate that. Encourage them to take the next step. This could be a software service type thing, and they've signed up for a free trial, but they haven't got in there and started to test features or anything. So you're kind of tracking that, going, hey, try this, do that. And then there's the ones that are just completely triggered through transactional, through transactions that have happened on the website. So they're purchase confirmations, thanking you for your purchase, a reminder, maybe you're on like some sort of monthly kind of subscription, reminder to use features because you just signed up for it, user sign up confirmation, the onboarding type things. So those are really the three buckets. And in them, they can either be scheduled or automated. Okay, and there's, we kind of go through this list and go which one makes more sense. So in schedule or automated, so here would be the parameters to put one in either under the automated list or the scheduled list. If it's automation, then it's probably a message that we can use over and over again based on some sort of activity that just happened, right? If it's scheduled, then it's an opportunity to share new features, new content. It's content driven, like news kind of thing. So knowing that promotional relational, what is that most likely, a scheduled email or an automation? Scheduled, yeah. Remarketing, lead nurturing, automation. Automation with some good segmenting, transactional. Really, I can't hear. No energy in this room. All right, yeah. All right, so let's go a little deeper. So now we're going to talk about specific programs and like things that you can do over these different categories. And as we go deeper, we've got scheduled and automated to play a role. Like, okay, that one makes sense. We'll schedule it out. We'll have like what appears to be the newsletter, but we're not going to call it the newsletter. And then the things that are based on behavior. But then there could be in these different programs opportunity for multiple emails to go out under that program as opposed to just one based on an action, okay? So try to look for those triggers and we'll come back and do the same thing, like, okay, which ones are multiple or based on one action. So promotional, relational. So we have we have a program that we can do what we call segment assisting program. So if you haven't done a good job or inherited a database that's not really segmented, and you want to like go a little bit deeper and serve that customer and know about them, then you might send out a series of emails. I just gave it away. It could be multiple series. But you might send out a series of emails going, what kind of content do you prefer? Or it could. What are you interested in? Even like segmenting by like birth, like the easy way that people do this is like maybe segmenting by birthdays or anniversaries so they can send them a promo code around that time. Segmenting by what they might be doing, like what the need is, like how soon do you plan on buying a car? We get those surveys all the time. How soon do you plan on making this major decision about a mortgage or a big purchase, right?
But they may take a couple times to get people to opt into them. But just like help, you're asking them to help. You're asking them to help you segment them. Then there's just the welcome program. Just basically exactly what it is. Just saying, hey, you just signed up to be a part of our email list, and now here's what you can expect. Here's the type of emails that you're going to get. Here's a little bit about our brand. And if they're really done well, like there should be some sort of call to action in that email. Like you just got started. Why don't you look at our new fall collection? You know, something that says here's like the first like thing that you could do with us. Then there's the newsletter. So this is usually like something that's done on a monthly or quarterly basis. I say infamous because this is like, bless you. A lot of times when I talk to clients like that said, oh, we've done email, we did it. It's like the one thing everybody's tried, and they've done a really crappy job at it. And I go and I look at it, it's like it says, company XYZ newsletter. I'm like, nobody cares. Nobody cares about that. Like, what is it? What's great and exciting? What's gonna open? Why would they open this up? What's in it for them? Is there some new program that you know that they're interested in because they bought this other product, or because they're in a life cycle themselves, new mom, just moved, new student, whatever it is. Like, what is in that headline is crucial to get them to open. But and using like the little we'll break down like what's in an email program, like using the like all the places where you can put like, hey, this is what's in here, like the little copy that shows up in everybody's email. But just giving them a little about what's in there and like a compelling headline for them to open up. You can still say, allude to the fact that it's monthly. A real good email program, you should have done that in the beginning when they signed up. Like we as a consumer, when we make the decision to give someone our email, because we get a lot of emails, I don't know anybody that doesn't go through at least 100 emails in the morning going junk, or have like a junk email that they just put all that stuff in. Like we get a lot of stuff. So when you make the decision to do it, it would be nice to know, well, how much stuff are you going to send me? What's the frequency? What's the stuff? What can I expect? What's different that I'm going to get through your email program that I'm not going to get just by interacting with your brand via Facebook or website? So being transparent about that. And so then when they get it on a monthly basis, they're like, oh, it's the stuff, And I know it's only coming on a monthly basis, and I'm cool with that. Loyalty programs, so reminding people about what it is, maybe like where they are in terms of like points, new offers, introducing the loyalty program, communicating changes in the loyalty program, saying congratulations because you just reached the level of the loyalty program, kinds of things. Same thing with referral program. What is it? How do you do it? What's embedded in there so it's really easy to refer people? What's the rewards in it? And so of those are most of them, let's just go through the list. Preferred center, do you think that's one email? The preference center, one email, or several? What is it most likely? Are we doing one email to run a segmented assistance program, or several? Several. Welcome program? Probably one. If it was welcome onboarding program for a software as a service and you're trying to get them to like use certain features because the likelihood if they use the certain features they'll stay on it, on the product longer or go past the free trial, then that welcome one, because it's more of an onboarding thing, might be several emails or a couple. Hey, you just use this feature, now try this one, or pick the first form, campaign, whatever it is. Might be several. Newsletter, one or several? Several. Why? Well, month, yeah. Loyalty program? And referral program? Yeah. The point that I want to plant, the seed that I want to plant in your head is often the other big mistake that I should put up in the slide sooner was people tend to use email like they've just produced a novel and they put everything, you know what I mean? Like they put everything about this program that everybody got internal buy-in, everybody's excited. We don't read that. We don't read that. You might have to like give them one thing, give them another thing a little bit later, you know, move them along the process, but like one call to action. Just get them somewhere and get them to take one step and then give them the rest. But like these long, you know, long novel type emails just don't work. If you can't skim it, you're probably not going to read it. And again, I just encourage you to think about your own, you know, habits to challenge me on that. So loyalty program, referral program, 1 or 7. You ever say that? 7. All right. So next category, remarketing, lead nurture. So conversion program and abandonment program. We have this in here. So conversion, like helping them. You know, they maybe hit a couple of key pages on your site, and you're doing some automation through email, but they didn't make the purchase. What are you doing to like encourage that? And then abandonment program would be just like good old left something in the shopping cart, and how are you going to get them back? Both, so there could be simple messages based on like relatively short time frames, and we're going to get more details in both of these that are just one email. But there could be something more like conversion program. Where's my blue bag? Conversion program over time, like yeah, actually both of those. I'm gonna take my words back. Actually, both of those are pretty short-term things right there. Like one action, most likely one email. The other ones are going to be a little bit longer. And we'll spend a little bit more.
What do you do for abandonment? If they abandon it, you probably don't have their email address.
So you only can do retarget if people are not signed up on your email list, then you would do a retargeting on an abandoned shopping cart through either AdWords or Facebook.
Right.
Or actually it is social. Right, but so some people could be on your list. You can also do retargeting through email and have it automate. It's a subscriber to your site, but they didn't do something, or they went to go buy another purchase, and for some reason didn't do it. And you can do retargeting through that, but yes, you would have to have their email. It's just so like you can run. It's cheaper to do this, So obviously, like we want to get as many people on an email as possible, so and do as much retargeting through email. It's a lot cheaper to do that than to do it through an ad buy, because that's essentially what you're doing on the other case. But if you want to capture both people, the ones that are on the list and the ones that are out, you would have to do both types of retargeting. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It just seems like you wouldn't know which ones, if you don't have their email address, how are you going to know how many of them you're on email lists?
Well, you would. It's an automation, so like the automation is triggering whether you have them or not. Like so, if you don't, then it's going to kick into Facebook. If you do, then it would kick into your email. Where am I? Okay. So the next group, so transactional bucket. So we have upsell cross promotion programs. You guys get those? So you just bought something from a site, and you're like, you might be interested in this. Or like here's an offer from our partners. I hate those ones. Especially from like the airline and stuff, like all that stuff. Customer satisfaction, so good old Net Promoter Score could come into play right here. So they just bought something, you hit them right up with the survey. How'd you feel about that? Win back, so win back is not you gave me a crappy score and you're gonna win back that hardly ever works. That's not what we're talking about here. Win back is more you used to purchase a lot from us, but you're not purchasing from us anymore. So you are on our list, we know you, you're a customer, but you purchased from us before. But you haven't purchased anything like 90 days. We're gonna send out maybe a 90, 120 day win back program to get you to come back and buy something from us. And we're probably gonna entice you with some cool discounts or shipping, some sort of offer. Loyalty program, they have this, it could be a transactional thing too, because it's triggered based on, okay, you just reached the point where you are qualified for a loyalty program, so we're going to introduce you to this. I just qualified with Wayfair. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I'm now on like, now that loyalty program, but like they hit me up with this preferred business thing. I'm like, oh, this is dangerous. I want some chandeliers right now. Like, I have a rep and everything, but like there's some, who knows what that number was or where, but something triggered their system and then they hit me up with, oh, you should be preferred business and here's some of the benefits. Blah, blah, blah. And I said yes. Loyalty program, referral program is the same thing. You reach some sort of threshold. Obviously, some of these things here, you know, there's a lot of system like CMS systems on the back of the website that's triggering some of this data. It's not just straight up email. There's a couple of things in play to kind of put some of these programs in place. But in that bucket, are those multiple emails or one? So upsell cross-promotion program with it's a multiple one. Probably can make a case either way. There could be scenarios either way on that one. Customer satisfaction, one. Can you take our survey again? That's not gonna work. Win back. Yeah, the best ones here, we've got a little mini case study in the deck, is like we do a 90 days, we have to give them a bonding thing, and then we might do 120 days, and then like whatever we're offering to get them to come back gets a little more exciting than the 120 days. Like you maybe were getting ready to make the thing and you didn't, you're gonna, you know, press the buy button, now we've got a better offer, you know. So those tend to work really well. Loyalty programs and referral programs, multiple. Gotta remind people about this stuff to want to, so they participate. All right, so we know what different types. Now, how do we, like, knowing that there's like these different things we can do, how do we come up with a really comprehensive program that makes sense for our customers? So we need to consider and pull in sort of like, you know, the framework of like where they are in the customer journey with us, and remember what information we already have from them. So it's like, you know, there's some information that we know about customers, and you know, how can we use this in connection with email programs to make it more personal and kind of hit them where they are. When I say hit them where they are, you know, you're obviously sending a different email to a person that just signed up to an email than a person that, you know, you've gone through, you know, they've gone through certain life stages with your company, bought different products, you know a little bit more about them, they're segmented, like it's based on who they are and where they started with you. There's different types of emails that are built into that, and we have to consider that. You know, this is why we segment and look for opportunities to sort of like start a kind of conversation. Emails a conversation. Like, what are we saying at the beginning when they first get on the list? What kinds of things are we saying after they've made a purchase? What do we say like once they are a customer? You know, how are we engaging them to share and do more with us, buy more from us? So we need to consider the journey, and we could almost like in planning this, like this is actually a good framework to sort of plan your email. It's back to that whole activate, you know, acquire, activate, retain, sort of reactivate kind of language. You can almost take a piece of paper and just divide it, and once you do 5 buckets, you go, okay, what do I do when they first get on the list? What am I going to do? What type of email programs am I going to send to them? What do I need to say to them right there? Am I asking them to, am I going to introduce them to a preference program right away? Like they signed up, but like, hey, we want to better serve you. What types of emails you want to get? Better inform them of what's going to happen. A little brand philosophy. Do we hit them up with maybe more, not your newsletter right away, but just a little mini, like, hey, this is what we're about. Did you know that we're the #1 supplier for blah, blah, blah? Did you know this? You know, that kind of thing, just many things. So before they buy kind of thing, what are we doing in this area? Then once, and then what do we move, what's our next step? Like what more can we do to move them to make a purchase? So you know, they're on that general list that's going to hit the newsletter. That's not called the newsletter. That's just kind of getting them excited about all the offers and things that are happening with the brand.
So number one is like collecting the email addresses, really?
Yeah. Yeah, what are you doing? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the use of pop-ups and things like what do we do on our site, offline and online, to really get people to sign up. So we've done that. They've signed up. What do we say right away? Like, so another space in here that sort of gets forgotten is they've signed up and people are so excited and they're watching those numbers. We had like 1,500 people sign up for our email list, and then nothing goes out to them. You know, like right away, there's an opportunity for automation. Thank you so much for signing up. Like, and hitting them with a call to action. Here's what you should do. Now that you're connected to us, here's some possible things that you should explore. Did you see that there's the sale, or if it's software as service, new app kind of thing? Have you go ahead and create free, you know, programs, campaigns, or whatever. You know, use these tools to make something, right? But not sending that out after they get on the list is kind of a missed opportunity there. You know, in your case, Tracy, you know, that they signed up, and you know, we're kind of gone back and forth when you're going to introduce email, but they've signed up. Have you seen my past videos? Do you know why I do this? Do you know, here, and maybe it could be even a giveaway, like here's the top 10 things I've learned about parenting. Like, it could be something to kind of keep them more engaged, or like, going back. Oh, see the video that put me on the, see the video that made the favorites, something like that. Like, you came in from something else, but did you see this?
Use the segment too, like something in other shows.
Yeah.
Like, well, which show did you like? Were you into this show, that show, and then you immediately segment.
Yeah, totally.
Into which show, and then you figure out which email again.
Totally. So you have segmenting or welcome. It's just deciding what makes sense to you. Like, these are the different things that you can do, but what makes sense based on resources, based on your target demographic, based on what services and things that you're selling makes sense to have in these different stages, right? So converting, we talked about the newsletter, activation, lead nurturing program, just encouraging use, did you check this out? Again, software and service is really crucial, kind of nurture a little bit, like take the next step. What will it require you to take the next step? Opening up a chain of, or opening via email a direct connection to customer service for a real salesperson or chat or whatever. Like, you've got on our list, you're totally interested, I can see this in your business. Can we put you together with somebody to answer your questions? Would you like a personal tour? Or, you know, what is, sign up for a webinar? What are you doing to kind of take them to the next step? All those kinds of things. And then to grow, so somewhere in here, we hope that they have made that the sale has happened. Or not, because it's like, okay, they got really close to put something in the sale or anything on shopping cart, but they left it behind. So I love saying this, life got me there. Or finances, one of the two, right? I was dreamy, I didn't have the money for that. So, you know, going back and say, sometimes if it's like new, it's their first purchase, and I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this with any sites where, like, you got an email right away, or you targeted, and they're like, they're giving you like a really big discount. One of my students in a past class, there's this fashion site called Shishai, something, I'll have to look it up, where they got it turned on, and it's doing it for everything that gets left in the cart, not even if you're a first time buyer. But it's like really cheap clothes, so it's like, yeah, you can margin. Shishai or something. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's super cute stuff.
But
it's cheap, and I'm afraid it's size for it.
Yeah, and it comes from Japan. And
Yeah,
I'm a Japan march. That's what I've learned. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to fit me very well. Yeah. But yeah, so,
Like what?
Like this. Yeah, some of the issues that, so, you know, just having some automation that's set up to capture those sales that are kind of left behind, sending them some sort of offer, but even segmenting it further. So, and this is not hard to, like, MailChimp, I think, has one of the best, like, automations. Like, there's just so many things that you can kind of like filter down. So you could say first time buyer, by a certain date. You can do it by products, like which ones you're actually going to trigger or send emails, so not everybody's getting that. Again, you want to get as specific as possible. Like if you had the opportunity to say, to send an email that was shopping cart abandonment, that said, headline, you left your shoes. That's cool, right? Like and to all the people that left shoes in the shopping cart, instead of you left something behind, you could do that. You could do that. And the same thing for you left your pants. I would definitely open that email, even if I didn't have a crazy night. Yeah, that'd be fun, and you could do that. It's super easy to do. What else? So growing transactional upsells, cross sales, you bought this, you might be interested in this. All that can be automated. Like you just say, okay, they bought products X, Y, Z, and so that they bought that blouse, and that blouse is a matching hat. We're going to send them a reminder with this email that we created with that hat. Sorry, I'm so focused on fashion for the guys in the room. I'll try to come up with a manly example. So then retain customer satisfaction programs, referrals. Obviously, that has to come after they've bought something. And probably should happen, the timing on that's really crucial. Like, you don't want to ask for feedback, and and the thing takes 3 weeks to ship, and you're like, where's my thing? And I really want it, and you just ask me for feedback, I don't even have it. You want to make sure that goes out, right? That's not going to get it. You want to make sure that you're tracking that in terms of making sure the customer had enough time to receive the package. Loyalty programs, birthdays, anniversaries. So this is just now going to retain, like, hey, we care about you. We're interested in you. Yeah, it's special anniversary. It's your birthday month. Here's a discount, that kind of thing. Just to remind them that, we know who you are, special to us. Here's some things that are specific for you. Thank you for being our customer. And reactivation, win back. So again, tracking who hasn't purchased in a long time. How are you going to get them back? And that could be day, time, or it could be. You could also kind of, even though it's a different type of win back, you could do something based on the likelihood something wears out. So skincare, makeup, dark. Sorry, guys.
Supplements.
What?
Guys,
Okay, supplements. Protein.
What do you want to say?
What? I don't know. Eric's totally not listening. He's like, I don't even care. I don't know. So yeah, some sort of supplement that you order on a monthly basis. If there's only 60 pills, it's been 2 months, you're likely to kind of, need it again, reminding people in the 10 place that order. It's not totally a win back, but it's kind of, it's definitely reactivation and retain, reminding them that it's about that time to order products again. What? Dollar Shave Club. I don't know. We're going to get some guy. What? Yeah, cologne.
Subscription
That
box.
was embarrassing. You guys were a clone? You guys were a clone? Bob, you were a clone?
It's the subscription box. It's like that Dollar Shave Club. Some of those, they run
Yeah.
out, you only have 3 months, and then they want you out.
And in that case too, the best ones, they On's example of couldn't get out of his, they weren't sending him any emails to let him change his program in any way, but the best ones are hey, something's coming up, maybe you want to change the level that you're at, or do you want to pause it? The best ones kind of automate, hey, here's a reminder, it's coming up, we're about ready to ship, are you okay, do you want us to ship, should we add anything to it? The best ones do that. So just to reiterate the importance of making this personal and really connecting to life cycle and trying to get segmented information into it. I'm going to go through some more points about segmenting, a couple slides from that. These are just some rough averages about the types of emails that work and what's the return. So we're looking at just the broadcast schedule. So this is kind of our newsletter thing. Everybody got it, general list. There's no segmenting that's been done at all. No personalization or segmenting. Average unique open rate is about 20%. Average click-through, 9.5, average conversion rate, 1.1. Okay, when we connect it to the life cycle, so it's time based on like where the customer is with us, what did they just do, and how are they activated in any way, so we get a little bit more personal, like we see that you're interested, you just did this, okay? Then we get a 6% in average open rate, average click-through, 14% in average conversion rate. Now we're getting into like, the norm, 2.8, right? A little bit higher than the norm. 2 points is conversion rate on websites. Like all things, with like when we were actually doing direct mail, it's always like 2 points, or 2%, right? But when it's triggered based on website interaction, it's triggered based on website interaction, and it's hard not to have this happen without there being some life cycle stuff too, because it's like you know a little bit about where they are because of how they're interacting with your site. So this also feels really personal. This is better. This is the automation stuff. So 33% unique open rate, click-through 14%, average conversion rate 3.9. It's tiny. It's that whole like, yeah, I see the billboard. I might be interested, or it's billboard for a car company. Here I am, guys, car company. Sports car. Right? Yeah, no more fashion. I'm probably going to buy a car in the next 6 months or whatever. But I'm not but I haven't there's no way between the brand and the billboard and I to have any sort of interaction about how timely my decision is going to be made. But if I'm on the site and I'm poking around and like I'm looking at certain pages and things, maybe like comparing interest rates, that shows that I'm interested, I'm really interested, I'm doing a little bit more homework. You strike somebody then when the interest is high, it's much more likelihood that they're going to take the action. Like if you say something like, I see you're shopping right now. What color leather interior would you like in your car? Or like, something that connects to like, hey, I'm trying to be helpful basically. Essentially, it's just like, it's helpful, it's personal. Let me make it easier. You're obviously in a buying mode. What can I do to help? Questions on this? Thoughts on this?
How recent is this research?
From the last couple of years. And these are, I think I see this a lot. Averages are averages, like they're by industry, like we can see some fluctuation, and averages are nothing more than like, hey, this is just a benchmark. So they could fluctuate a little bit, but the point is taking the time, because it obviously is going to take more time and resources and money to set up an automation email program than not, to have it be triggered by activities or to do the work to segment. But the point of the data is like, it's worth it. You're going to get a higher return. Some of these things you set up one time, you don't have to continue to set them up.
So it will vary a lot, I think, depending on your target audience and age range.
What do you mean?
Meaning that, like, you might get a younger person might be more apt to open certain email. If you're targeting seniors, you might be less likely to open email than, 20-somethings.
Well, yes, but we're talking about the types of email, and we probably don't have a product or a company that is targeting seniors and young people. Like, so it's
no, I'm saying that the number, your percentage of how well they open rates might be totally different from your target market than this number.
Not necessarily, no, because at the end of the day, with this little chart is telling us that the more personal it is, the more people are going to open it up, and that stays true to a young person or an old person, because the thing that we like the most is the sound of our own voice, or the sound of somebody saying your name, or like going, I see you, I know what you want. If we can do that with any demographic. There may be some, if we broke this down by different age demographics, like you might see some patterns in terms of like where the individual numbers hold. But as you go down the chart in terms of getting personal and like responsive to like where they are with you, that won't change. It will still be like, they'll still see this instead of like.
It'll still be higher.
Because the younger ones, like, why, like, in some brands, it's so important, even if like young is not ultimately going to be your target demographic, like I can see with your product, like the travel thing, you have to get these young techies and, you know, the people that are using Twitter and like that are really, you know, social online to be interested, because they are the ones that share, right? And they're very quick to judge, very quick to go, this is not cool, or this is, and like, dismiss it. So if you're give them a line of like impersonal, like, you know, blah, 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 I've heard it all before, you even thought about it, like, they're gone. They, you know, they want to know that you get there, you know? So, okay. So just like, so sometimes at this point, this feels a little overwhelming in terms of like programming, email. And I'm just going to say the same thing that you probably heard me say. It's like you kind of look at the full picture of whatever you have and go, okay, I know we need this, and start building out. Like start from what you know and kind of build out. And it doesn't have to be really elaborate. Like so, you know, it's probably, if you have multiple products, it's going to be based on different products that you're going to kind of focus in terms of that informational email that's happening, like how you're scheduling that out. If you don't have products in your more service business, you might like kind of schedule out, like really talk about the components in your philosophy or in your newsletter emails, like what are you actually going to say? If you don't have a products or service business, you might be doing case studies to keep people interested, talking about you interacting with your brand. Obviously, discounts and things and offers all work, but just mapping something out from what you know. So in this case, this is Vila has like these 3 very distinctive categories, and so when they went to map out the focus email program, they were like, well, the basis of what we're going to do is we'll take one of those 3 categories, and they're always like kind of the headline, the major call to action, and then we might feature one other thing, a little bit of content to support that, and that's our program. You know, that's what we're building out. It's kind of like the same approach of like sitting down the right content marketing, or doing an editorial calendar, like many of us that have bought ads for like publications. They always have an editorial calendar, like the things that they're going to be talking about per month. And that sometimes is a combination of product services that they're focusing on, but also what's happening in the industry that's relevant of the times. Like we're going to talk about holidays, whatever. But that, you know, that's the making of your email program. Then you go back and go, okay, that's the brand, the philosophy, that's the scheduled stuff. Now, what things make sense to automate? Where can we pick up some extra money by automating things? The abandoned shopping cart, and what does it all look like? It all should be, you know, consistent, not on brand. How are you guys doing? Okay, 5, great, good. Going? Okay. So, so now we're going to go into kind of like some of the components. We're going to start with like, how do we get people to sign up? What does that look like? And I'll tell you what it doesn't look like anymore. It doesn't look like, you know, one button and some copy. It doesn't look like that. The best ones are pretty graphic, and they're in different areas. You know, they're in, you know, it's not just one place on your website. It's in multiple areas. You got to experiment. Put it in. I see a lot of digital posts, digital marketing posts that are like, you know, they get the best return when they put it right in the middle of a piece of content and not on the sidebar. But because it's so important, you know, to get people on this list, it's in multiple areas. You can't put a sign up too much, but make it compelling, make it interesting. Spend some time and build, you know, use graphics to make this thing stand out. So, and be clear and transparent about what they're going to get. You know, do you offer somebody something just for signing up with your list? Can you tell them about the frequency of what to expect and getting on the list? You know, I think it's like, giving something that graphically specific. Use your brand voice. So I see a lot of times, especially the cocky digital marketing ones, where they're like, if you don't, you have the big like sign up, and then there's like this option to bypass it. It's like, no, you don't want to be an expert. Like, you know, that they're both cocky and like rude to you.
The exit pops too.
Yeah.
Really tricky. Are you sure you want to go? Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Are you sure you don't want to be a better person, a better human being than you already are? Yeah, that kind of stuff. Work in easy segmenting, so you can start segmenting from the beginning. Emphasis on the word easy. You ask too much at the beginning, you know, it's kind of like dating. Like, you know, you're not going to like go on a date and ask like 20 questions. It's kind of weird. So just make it really simple. The ones that do the best are like just name and email. And then this is, and by the way, this is an opportunity to send a program of emails to get more information, like to get them to opt into other stuff. You don't have to do everything on first glance. Just make it simple. Use pop-ups. You know, that are, you know, that flyover content. We're going to look at those. I know most of us think they're kind of annoying, but I'm going to tell you how they work and how not to do them. So it's kind of like, don't pop-ups at the start, and there's also pop-up tools now that like are so savvy. So there's a great resource in the box of about like 20 different pop-up tools. If your site was a program with some pop-ups in it that you could add to your site to do them. One of them has the ability to like sort of like, it sees you sort of going to the right-hand corner because you're about to exit off that page. It will go, well, you know, a pop-up will come up and it will offer you something. Pretty awesome. I know. Well, it's like, is it less annoying than the ones that pop up too soon? This is another issue that they can time. Like if you get to the site, like it's already like, again, you're asking, get married? You have anything? What's going on? You know, there's best ways to do it. But you can do them at leave and you can do them at start. Multiple asking site is important. So, you know, do it in different ways, in different places. Can't ask for email too much. Or you can't ask for whatever call to actions are important to you. You can't ask for them too many times. Now, people don't, it's not like they're going to, every person goes through your site in the same exact way. So it's not like, man, they've asked that 12 times now. It's so annoying. Don't forget to ask offline too. So, you know, in the case of using email to get somebody to an event, you know, having the ability, having an iPad station where they can easily get your email or capturing that at SignNet, can we add to your list? Like, people don't tell, when there's, we're not very good at like saying no, you know, when someone asks us something simple like that, oh, sure, you can have my email, or, you know, point of purchase sale, like, it's a good opportunity. If there's opportunity to train people to ask for that, if you have a situation where it's not just an event, but you have an actual store, asking for the email, you don't want to forget about that.
Now they just do it by saying, oh, we'll email you your receipt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's really strange. I'm surprised that there hasn't been more can-spam regulations around that, because you end up on the list somehow. Like, a lot of those, they just start emailing to you. Some don't, I want to say everybody, but I have experienced that, and then I get emails. Obviously, the coffee shops aren't going to do that. They're not really interested in that, but bigger purchasing. Don't forget the thank you in restaurants too. Don't forget the thank you with the call to action. So what do I mean by that is, so the screen that pops up after you submitted your email, some branded message that says, thank you, you just signed up. You could also put a call to action there. Oh, great, you just signed up. Don't miss the sale that we're having, or did you see our top 10 tips for blah, 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 blah. Like, but the point is, it's branded. Like, some people, like, they go through the trouble of designing a most beautiful way to capture emails, or even the email itself, you know, and then somebody clicks on something and then there's just this horrible white, like, thank you screen. Like, that's a missed opportunity for impressions, right? And the name of the game in our business is, we want to get 6, 7, you know, we want to have as many impressions with somebody where they've seen our logo, they've seen our brand consistency, so like, we're in their minds somewhere. We're out there. All right, so sign up. So like, you can see that. Okay, so let's just like look at this example from Sprint. And I'll help you kind of see it. I know it's probably small for you guys in the back row. So how are they facilitating subscriptions? So it's this is a raised here, you know, screenshot of this little area right here. So this is where they're asking for sign up. And they've got where you can sign in if you're a customer. Nothing up at the top. Find a store about us, contact us. That's it. That's right there. What do you guys think about that?
Hard to see.
Hard to see. It would be easy to miss. It doesn't stand out. It's kind of one of these things. What about the language? I'll read it to you for the ones who can't see it. Be an insider. Get exclusive offers, current news, and the monthly newsletter. Just for being a Spread customer. Sign up now.
But you said don't use the word newsletter.
Huh?
You said don't use the word newsletter in the first place.
Newsletter.
But at least they're telling you how often you're getting it.
I do like that. So that's a good point. So you know exactly what the good points here. Exclusive offers. It would be nice to know what they are. Like exclusive offers, what? Special discounts. Is it news about releases on products? You know, when you know, special news when the iPhones are good, that rose gold iPhones are get really. I mean, it's pretty generic. It could be a little bit exclusive offers, current news, monthly newsletter. Those are sort of repetitions. So we've got some room to say exactly what. Special promotions, advance notice to new phones being released, anything to make it more exciting, right? What about where it is and how, what about the graphic presentation of it?
It's no more.
Yeah, just blend it, be an insider. Cloud? I have no idea. Yeah. Yeah, it does look like a screenshot. Maybe they're showing how beautifully designed their newsletter is. Oh, is there pretty? Huh? Yeah, it probably is. Which is really strange because it doesn't, it's like, this doesn't even look like Sprint's brand. There's no logo in it. It's like really off. It's like missed opportunity for an impression. I mean, Sprint over here. Huh? Yeah. It's not compelling, right? It's kind of, it's just, it's footer, it seems like a path of like a, oh, sorry. And by the way, so they did have it really small, so there was a footer, they had this kind of buried in like the footer too, and then they had a feature kind of in the middle of the page, and that's what they did. Email sign up, and then that. I mean, it's the brand too, like the perfect thing, because anybody really excited about signing up for Spread, getting on the email list, but just an example of obviously some things that we could have done better. And you know, button graphic, a lot, you know, different color, like, you know, what is this? What's special about it? Doesn't seem special to me. I don't know if I'm not. All right, now let's talk about the pop-up. How many people like the pop-up? Hate the pop-up. We hate the pop-up as from a consumer standpoint, but we like it from a marketing standpoint because it forces the attention on something, and you either have to figure out how to get out of it. Sometimes you can't, so you're like, oh, I'll just give them my email. I'll give them my junk email. And
Leave the site.
Or you could leave the site. You could totally leave the site. So I always lean on the side of transparency and giving people options. Because in the back of my mind, and no Angel would agree with me on this, it's like it's all about creating the best experience for them. So I don't want to trick people. I don't want it to be an odd situation where like we could not find how to get out of that subscription. So, you know, this is appropriate. I mean, it's not prominent up at the top. You don't say, here's how to get out of this. It's just tiny at the bottom, but it's there.
It's the X.
Yeah.
The X. Sometimes they don't have the X. They put the X on the wrong side. You're used to seeing the X
Yeah.
on the right, and it's sitting on the left.
Yeah.
You click something on the right, and then you're screwed. You're in like deep, dark recesses of the marketing website.
Yeah. So, you know, this is This is a pretty good one for a couple of reasons, and then we'll talk about why it might not be, because we're not getting the whole picture right now. So it's good because it's kind of on brand. Oh, hey, it's the Ryan Dawson, hey girl, kind of playful. We're Kate Spade Saturday. We send fun emails. I don't know about that. I mean, I would have to do some testing. I'd want to test that headline in terms of yeah, I want to know that we're some kind of graph. I see the word fun email and I'm just like, how fun is an email? But
You're only getting people for the 15% off and I'm rounding out. Because I actually shop at Kate Spade Saturday. So I'm like, oh, I like the 15% off, and then I'm getting something.
And you know what, Tracy, they're okay with that. You're going to buy something with it. They obviously want you to stay on the list so they can market more, but if the worst case scenario, you take the promo code and just buy something, that's not a bad thing. So what they did, they at least got your tunnel vision on, oh, there's a promo code.
Yeah.
I like brand, and it's good. It would only be good for you that knows the brand already, but if someone landed on this and I can't see, if I'm brand new, I don't know the brand at all, and I can't get past this, I don't even know if I want the promo code. I don't know if I like the brand yet. So, how this came up, but we don't have the full picture on, did you hit this site and immediately this thing came up, or did it come up 60 seconds after you were on the site? Or did it come up after you actually went into the shopping area and was like, hey, wait a second, there's a promo code going right now. You're interested? I think a best scenario, especially shopping situation, would be let them shop a little bit, let them at least click on 3 products, and then pop that up. Oh, cool, yeah, I'm interested. I like those shoes. What other thoughts you guys have? It's so simple. Now, simple, what's weird about this is it says zip code here, but what the hell is this for? Right? We know them on our email, but you don't want to this is a user experience. If I feel stupid on your site, if I couldn't figure something out, how do you think I feel about your brand? You made me feel stupid. So, why they said zip code here, I don't know why it doesn't just say email there. That would have been an improvement. It's simple though that there's only 2 fields, but don't make me feel stupid. That's not good. What else? What else do you think? We did one thing we talked about. What do you think about this? This is how for her. How many people when they get on the list like to see something about privacy policy? Are you going to read it? You just want to know that they understand that your privacy is important, right? So just having it there, probably not going to read it, but the statement, we protect your personal information. Okay. Do they have to? They don't have to.
I actually feel like if they offer it up, they put things in the transparent list, they don't.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they don't have to because they can sell it to other lists. They have several partner sites.
But if they put that, are they now obligated to stick by it?
So I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure, if they publicize the privacy policy and then don't abide by that, I'm sure that opens the lawsuit. What real damages there are. I mean, it's kind of a pain in the butt lawsuit more than anything else. But these things, some of the worst things that could happen in this case is they're asked to stop doing it. The worst case, when it gets in more of the spam, the actual government, rules against spamming. Every time I say that, I see blue can. Get out there! I'm talking about you, crazy thingy. So if they, let's see, where they can get in a lot of trouble if a lot of people report them. And it's more about repeated emails when they can actually be shut down from sending emails. They can kind of trouble with that. Was there do you know of a case study or?
no, I just thought there was some kind of rule where you sort of kind of.
You're talking about terms and terms and conditions, maybe I think is what the site has to have terms and conditions or.
I don't even think not all sites have to have it. It's better to it's going to protect you, it's protecting the business, but not all sites have to have it.
Yeah, maybe it's a legal thing,
Yeah.
you should have one.
Okay. So you know what it's more aligned to? Your file. So have you filed as an S corp? There are some parameters based on how the company's filed that mandate what kind of privacy policy they have to publish.
Yeah, particularly if you're also credit card and stuff, I feel like it's
Credit cards for sure, health stuff. This case, because it's a shopping site, not so much.
Well, if your product sells,
What in here? So we're talking about a couple different things. Up here, we have to see this. So is it privacy policy, and then what's the other one? The privacy policy in terms of conditions. So this could be just a privacy policy based on the use of your email. They could have a separate policy for that. In terms of like how they use your credit card, what they store, that's something that's totally different. Like they could put it all in one, but they might have something very simple here, and they have to. Yeah, but do they have to have it when they're asking for your email at this stage? No. Do they have to have something in connection to them getting your information in terms of your credit card? Yes. Like I'd say at that stage, I'm just saying at this stage, just asking for an email, not so much. Somebody else had a hand out. Up here, did you get a hand up? Oh no, we just.
Just like privacy more well, like general public things that the emails are actually going to be tried out.
And it's so hard to track. Like I know that that I've like so I live in a building that I have a call box for, right? So a lot of times, especially for delivering, I'm using one of the lines in the address to say under the call box by whatever the name I'm under the call box, right? Because I'm getting a delivery and I need to buzz them in. So I've actually gotten magazines. I'm like, oh, I'm getting like Home and Garden. I would not sign up for Home and Garden. Okay, I would not sign up for. I am not for the graphic for that. And it has that address the way that I put it in for delivery. I'm like, so I can rule out who did that, and go back and like look, like, well, what's the harm? I got a free magazine, There's definitely people abusing it. And so the question is, do we even trust that anybody like governs it? It's like a hard thing to track. And then the legality of like, were they trying to cause you harm by sending you Home and Garden magazine? Like, I don't know. It's strange because in that case, like, I don't know. Raise your hand if you got a magazine you didn't sign up for recently. Okay, when you're 16, sure you didn't sign up for it. So the publishing business or print magazines are hurting so bad for for advertisers that advertising dollars is being used to buy lists. Like they're like that's part of the way that they sweeten the deal. It's like, oh, we're gonna like send to X amount of people because the subscription rates are so low too. Like, so I've gotten like I've got 2 subscriptions of big magazine right now that would have been benefiting from. One I did sign up and pay for. I'm like, well, shit, if I knew somebody was going to send it to me, like I would have done. All kinds of stuff, fashion, and then this Home and Garden, because somewhere along, Rachel Gray's magazine. Somewhere, some foodie thing said, segmented me, said that I might, be their demographic, and, they're like banking on me seeing their ads, their impressions in that magazine to kind of convert me, that they're real, somewhere in that equation, somebody took on the cost of that magazine. It's being done quite a bit lately. But is it harmful? It's like I didn't ask for it, but is it harmful? No. Unless it's like environment. Unless it's like, to the environment. Unless it's like art or something that people that have gotten that, they're not like 50 yet, it's like, okay, that's I'm going to complain about it. What?
I have an art card.
You do have an art card? How did that happen?
Oh, I don't know why.
What?
They're an old soul. I didn't know there was a drum in the world. And then somehow they put it on my
That's crazy. You should write
My
it.
mom has
That's crazy. You should write a story about that. Like investigate how have you been on there since you were 12? They're gonna be like looking you up because they think you're 160 and they want to interview you. What's the secret to that? They're like, what do you do? We're like, what's your skincare regimen? All right, get on track. So pop-ups, slow, couple more examples. What do we like about this one?
It's fun. Idiom, right? Good things come to those who wait, or so witty. Special sale, new arrival.
They're telling you exactly what you're going to get. They got a good brand voice. Seem to be on brand voice. Yeah, so it depends on when, again, we want to know when did this come up. So it's a clothing line, or it's a store. They have some store. They have a store in Hollywood, I think. So depending on when this popped up, and oh, not to mention, by the way, you could have the pop-up be geo-targeted. Not everybody is seeing it, so maybe people that are just sitting for the first time, or maybe you're running like a Facebook campaign and it's specifically to a new audience, and you don't want them to get that pop-up. Like there is opportunity to even automate or turn this on and off to like who's going to see it, so not everybody's seeing it. So then we might rule out some of these, like are they a customer that's familiar with your brand or not, and determine who's going to get it. But in general, this is a pretty good one. You know, it says email, it's kind of funny, it says exactly what you're going to get. I know they only have to get my email, okay, I'll do it. And tracing the X's in the right spots, so if you don't want to do it, you know how to do that. It's pretty straightforward. And then the last thing about pop-ups and emails, so I mentioned this earlier, don't forget to brand the thank you screen. So they just signed up, you know, don't let it, like, you know, try to, it's worth kind of, if you're using like an email program, maybe you're using it for free, and like the turn on branded thank you is, I don't know, $20 more month, it's worth it, because it's another place to put a brand impression. So brand images, and maybe a call to action. Okay, you just signed up, maybe that's where you put the promo code. You know, just utilize that thank you screen and not just have it say thank you in generic fashion.
It's a weird picture. That's kind of what it looks like he's regretting.
He looks he's supposed to be sexy. You know, this is obviously for different demographics, but yes, he looks a little frustrated to me too. Like, where's my pants? That's what he looks like.
Not like, duh!
Where are my pants? I don't know. It is a weird picture. Okay. He needs the email automation. Did you leave your pants somewhere? We have your pants.
I didn't even notice he wasn't wearing pants until you said that.
Huh?
I didn't even notice he wasn't wearing pants
Really?
until you said that.
What's
Yeah.
the word?
I don't think so. Really? Should we debate this? I thought they looked like underwear. Huh?
Maybe that's just yoga pants.
Maybe. I don't. What?
We like that.
Robert, you want to go now? Really?
Yes. Advertising
The
is
big debate of email class was he wearing pants? We just segmented the class by the level of perverse.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So moving on. So we're gonna do like newsletter and abandoned cart, and I think that we'll have a break. Does that sound good? A couple more slides. Okay. So newsletter. So let's talk about like some good strategies, thoughts, what we should do, and when we get to the point that we're sending out that quarterly or monthly thing that we don't call newsletter. We call it newsletter all internal amongst our colleagues, digital marketing standpoint. We just don't ever put that in the branding is what I would recommend here. So typically branded, okay, so it's a branded email, one call to action, and why one call to action or something really focused? You might have like 3 things that you put in every one, but like there's one and when I say 3 things, there might be content. That's not a call to action. You can have like some structure to it, and it has other components, but inevitably there's like one thing that you're trying to get them to do. Keep them focused. Don't throw too much. You guys ever had you ever track behavior of someone, of colleagues, that if you send like one question in an email, you get a good chance they're going to answer the one question. But if you put 3 questions in the email, they're likely not to answer any of them at all, or just one. If we have that experience, the same thing applies here. One call to action. And why one call to action? Then it's an opportunity to send other emails at different times. Just stay focused. Name it. Do like come up with some clever thing to call it. And you can use the word monthly or quarterly in it. Like my little Karma client, we call it Karma Gold. Monthly, Karma Gold, quarterly. Quarterly only goes to his wholesale clients. It's branded. It's graphic up at the top, so it's like, okay, you're opening up to something that matches his brand. Obviously, but call it something clever, and that's like in the email. That's not the subject line. I'm not saying like, here's your Karma Gold monthly. That's not the subject line. The subject line is what's the compelling thing that's going to get them to open it. And you may, once you design your newsletter, you can still segment it and do different headlines and maybe change out the call to action. Like once the template's done, you can change out content really easy. So I would really encourage and recommend doing that so that you can get a more personalized headline in the mix. So, obviously the things that ask yourself the question with the headline. A good way to like judge if it's a good one. If the receiver's going to read it and go, that's something in it for me. If there's something that like I can win something, but you avoid using the generic special for you, curated for you. Curated what? Like what is it? Like something like because you bought the blue shirt last week. Those kinds of like get as personal as you possibly can. Because you asked for this. You asked for this, chicken boots, whatever, like exactly what it is. You add, like, we'll be doing, for holiday, so we're doing this green and purple, and like every day there's people everywhere going, damn purple boots. I'm like, oh, they're coming. So obviously, we'll say that. You've been asking for this, purple boots. Here they are. Name it, how much we going, open, okay. Consistent, so, plan it out and stay to the plan. Like people get it, like, do they get it at the last day of the month or the first? They get it the first Tuesday. Stay consistent with when it's being sent out, and not just for the consumer side of it, but for the data side of it. So you're measuring against the same sort of period of time. You always send it out on a Monday, so there's like less variables when you go, oh, did this content work better than the other? Like there's less outside variables because you randomly send it out at different times of day. Featured partners, case studies, good opportunity, just like content, social content. If you can involve another brand in something like this, and they're encouraged to share it. That's what we want, right? We get more people seeing it. Do that. So good, like study kind of things that's appropriate to your brand. Obviously, you can do that with nonprofits. You can do it like feature case story on a customer. If it's a big customer, and get a little extra shares on that. That's a good thing to do. Want to care for the case promo, we'll talk about that. Something interactive. So just like the website, we're not publishing brochures or websites that are just a brochure, boring brochure, not like where we need to be. They need to have some way that people can kind of interact, whether it's like easy access to social, to share, or to respond to something socially, or interaction could be just chat. Like, are you allowing them to be able to connect to you for questions or connect to a real person through this? Anything like that would be considered interaction. And then just consider too, like what they're going to see, when it comes into the email box, and like, oh, I'll use my laser pointer. That top thing right here, sometimes we forget to fill that out. If you're going to email somebody who left the generic stuff out here, that's like what everybody sees in their email. They'll see the headline and then that little one line of like what's in it. don't forget to use that. Like, hey, there's a promo code here. There's like a offer expiring soon. Like whatever it is that, again, ask the question, is, well, somebody read it, go, yeah, I want that. There's something in it for me. I need to open this thing.
That was clearly designed though. I mean, like, it's not just a marketer goes, yeah, they got like artists, they've got a lot of people working on this.
So a lot of the programs like MailChimp and there's like 8 other things that I've listed. I kind of like MailChimp, especially under constant contact, in terms of easy automation, price points. I think it's pretty good. You can start with a template and then change colors and put it on brand. So this to me looks like probably a template that's in there, and then they just added, you know, their content. They could have gone to the extra stuff and had someone design it. You know, small budget, low budget, you know, small mid-sized business. I would encourage using the templates that are set up in these programs, because those have been tested to be responsive depending on what device that they open up. And I've had a tough time, I've had a tough time finding a good email designer, graphic designer that knows responsive, that stuff doesn't move around. Like it looks great on one device and then it's like a horrible train wreck on mobile. So I tend to just use the templates that are there and brand them as much as possible, because especially MailChimp, they've got some good ones. Like I've used stuff that like what we've done to it doesn't look like anything what we started with, but at least we used their framework, and their framework was tested, and when we look at different devices, it still holds up. So that's what I would suggest there. And there's ways to make it look more like it's been custom. Some of like
well, those Polaroids.
So yeah, some of this stuff.
T-shirt.
Whoops. I got excited for my laser pointer. That's what I get. Okay, laser. Okay, so this could be one entire graphic. You know, and it might just be that they've loaded it in a clickable area. So you could just design a graphic. There's ways to cheat it. Like this whole area could be like it was maybe that way you just design something that looked like 3 Polaroids. That's some of the ways to get around. Like this stuff, you know, is usually pretty simple. You know, this is a graphic area where they uploaded the person's name, which by the way works really well for people that have like real signature sign off. It feels personal. But some ways, even designing a button, a click like this could be one place. Hello. I have no idea how I got that. Theater.
Theater.
Theater. Sorry, I'll come back. Okay, come back up. So in some cases, I don't know what had to be colored, but I'll figure it out. Great. In some cases, like it will show you where you can upload a graphic and it's in a clickable area and stuff like.
So this looks like.
Yeah. A lot of them are drag and drop. They let you move over. Okay, you want an image picture to go here? Great. Okay, you want a clickable button here? You can upload your own graphic. A lot of them are like that.
The social buttons, would you be considering something interactive on this?
Interactive and then connection to
the tweet.
the read boards could be considered. Tell a friend. If there was any integration to customer service, that would be interactive. Like anything that they could basically push and do something socially or connect with, like a real person. They took a little quiz. Let's see where we are. Let's take a break. Or get shopping cart. Theater.